Last week, I posted a selfie of me at a hat shop to my Facebook. Although the fedora I was wearing looked kind of cool, for some reason everyone seemed transfixed on something else, the fact that I took the picture on an old Motorola Razr phone from 2006. Why, you may ask, would anyone use such an elderly phone? Well, I totally don't owe you an explanation, but regardless, here are 19 reasons why I don't have a smartphone. First of all, I don't feel like spending a shit ton of money each month for my phone bill. Also, whenever I hear people talking about the new generation of iPhone, I kind of enjoy the feeling of knowing that I totally don't have to care. Also, because this thing only telephones and texts. This has so many other ways to embarrass myself when I'm drunk. Also, because when I eat food, I'm more interested in eating it than I am in posting pictures to prove that I ate it. Also, because I saw this guy at Macy's looking at his phone and not where he was going, and he didn't notice that he was trying to go up a down escalator. Anyway, he fell flat on his ass. I also gotta say that to me, there's something very un-rock and roll about a smartphone, and I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. Also, I kind of like the sound of the sentence, I never got a smartphone, for pretty much the same reasons why I never tried heroin. Now, I totally admit that if I were to drive while using a smartphone GPS thingy, I could maybe get to where I'm going without incident. This would, however, destroy my long-standing tradition of getting lost in traffic and swearing my head off. Also, because when I now hear the expression, if all of your friends jumped off a cliff, would you? I can't help but think of people tweeting their last words before they hit the ground. I won't get into the stuff about seeing couples on dates that are only looking at their phones, or friends hanging out only looking at their phones, or families all looking at their phones at the dinner table, as it is far too familiar a subject these days. Just call that reasons 10, 11, and 12. But also because the whole concept of disposable consumerism depends on everyone wanting to buy the latest greatest thing, which is fine if you're into it, but I'm just personally not in any mood to help that along. Also because I saw that Louis C.K. bit about Jesus returning and nobody listening to him because they were too busy tweeting Jesus pictures, and I'm enough of a Louis C.K. fan to do whatever he says. Also because I have enough trouble with the internet as it is. I get so wrapped up in looking at this thing and that thing, watching one YouTube clip after another, that I wind up super engulfed in my own dumb head, and I have to get away from the damn thing to regain any sense of perspective. Usually the only thing that makes me feel better is to go hang out in nature for a while to remind me of how vast the world is. I think if I had a smartphone with me, it would shrink the world right back up again. Also because drivers are getting so careless these days, I'm starting to think that the most likely scenario for my premature death would be for me to get hit by a car by someone who was texting. I figure that if I'm going to be dead, I don't want to be a hypocrite about it. Lastly, I think it's worth noting that if any other species on Earth were to stop paying attention to their surroundings, they would become extinct pretty fast. But it's mostly because I don't need one, so I don't want one.